Yo, and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, coming at you today from my office, and my bald head is in full view for everybody, not wearing a hat. Just wanted to take a minute to kind of go through what's been going on in my brain, and what I hope and anticipate is that a few of you out there might feel the same way I do about some things, and maybe you don't, and I need to hear that too. But I feel like I'm having these irrational thoughts as a collector, and I wanted to talk through them and why I think this way, and maybe more of a just get it out on the table to see if I'm alone or if I'm in good company with all of you guys. But I've been talking with Garrett the last few days, card cutter on YouTube, one of my really close friends, and we're talking about the hobby, and we're talking about this. And he's experienced this before as well. And it's this idea that when you get close to a goal, you start to make irrational decisions. And I'm not even apologizing for it. I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. I'm simply saying I'm at least self-diagnosing my behavior as not clear thinking. So let me step back and tell you what this has all been about. As I have gotten closer and closer to completing the 4-decade set, which is every Hall of Fame card from 1950 Bowman to 1989 Topps. And it's almost 2,500 cards. So last weekend I had a little bit of time by myself, and I was kind of auditing the 80s decade and going, okay, let me look at the PSA set registry. Let me look at my list and just make sure that I'm not missing anything, because I noticed in the 80s it said I needed like 18 cards, and I thought I only needed 4 or 5. And I'm like, what's going on here? Where's the discrepancy? What am I missing? And sure enough, there were a couple cards that just weren't on that set that I actually had. And then there were a bunch of cards that I didn't have on the list that somehow, through the initial process of creating that checklist, I missed for whatever reason. And so I frantically it gave me the sweats. I'm like going, oh my gosh, there's more cards. And sometimes that like when there's a new Hall of Famer that's added to the Hall of Fame, that creates excitement because there's more cards to go after. In this case, it was more anxiousness because, oh crap, what else have I missed? This whole thing. And that happens from time to time. I had a card in the 70s that I bought a few weeks ago that had before then not been on my list. And so let's just say I was eager to go buy those cards, and I'm still eager to go buy those cards. And so I found several of them on eBay instantly for, I would call it semi-reasonable buy it nows, and it was just, yep, buy, yep. And it's death by $20 bills. It's, none of them are crazy expensive, but they're certainly more, an 87 Topps Ted Simmons, a nickel card, 85 Topps Jack Morris, 82 Topps Reds leaders that shows Tom Seaver. Yep, buy. And that's the mentality of getting so close. And Garrett used a great analogy. Think of when you watch a marathon runner or any long distance race, and you're kind of trotting along during the marathon, keeping a good pace, As a card collector, you're buying you're just buying a few cards a week and kind of building up. But when you get to the end and you can see that finish line right in front of you, the runner starts to sprint. And that's what I'm doing. I am sprinting towards that finish line and trying to find everything that I can and knocking off as many of those cards because I'm so close. What I'm doing is way overpaying for things. The 85 Jack Morris was over $30 for a PSA 9. There's my work phone. Who's that? Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, back from that quick work call. So yeah, I've been just buying and sprinting towards that finish line. So I am super excited about, kind of getting down to the nitty gritty. It's fun when you can see that finish line. It's exhilarating as a collector to know that you're close to the end of a marathon that you've been running for a long time. I was trying to think about how long I've been doing the 4 decade set, and truly I can't remember when I started. It's been years and years, and it started as a little thing and turned into a much bigger thing. And that's the great part of collecting, is it can grow and zig and zag and weave and bob and go everywhere as your desires change, as your collecting habits change, as your budgets change. Everything can change the direction of your collection, and it's been a fun journey to do that. So let me know down below if you have had these same thoughts or similar thoughts or different thoughts that might be considered by most irrational. So that is it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Keep collecting.